What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology. The Titans action spawning in the blue color, playing as Kronos. His name is Ulysses. His opponent today in the red color, doing something a little bit different. His name is Suppe, and he is playing as Set. I love this. I love this idea. I don't know why. I just think it's a great idea. Set's a fantastic pick in this matchup. On this map, Set's got a lot of different options. So, obviously here, Ulysses is picking Kronos because Kronos on this map can do some sort of a cheese here if you put your docks on the corners of the map. Here, the map is called Mirage, for those of you playing at home. If you put a dock on this side here, the way that the dock time shift works is so long as the dock is facing the same way as the location you're trying to time shift it to, it will time shift. So you can time shift from this location to this location, and then you can put some early pressure onto the docks of, onto the fish of the Set player. However, if you do that, it is a significant investment in resources to kill a very small amount of economy. So my point here in this matchup against Kronos is you need to not care about your fish in this matchup. Caring is not good. We are seeing now Suppe having a bit of a crisis here as he forgets to put his house up. Oh no. This is the second time we've seen an Egyptian player forgetting to put houses up. But a little bit of a crisis here for Suppe. Not exactly sure what happened there, as he's going to be finishing up chopping these trees to try and get out as many of these fishing ships as he possibly can. I like that he's not building a lumber camp. It's not that useful here to get the lumber camp out. Now, in terms of strategies here for Set, what could Set do that is interesting here? Well, Set's got Shifting Sands. And Shifting Sands against kind of everyone is good, especially against Kronos, who's got no shockwave to deny any sort of villager rush or any sort of early siege tower push into the main base. Lots of difficulties to have to overcome here. Now, the other thing that Set has, which could be an interesting idea, is if Suppe decides to go for a one town center, fast, heroic, he will get himself access to a Leviathan to defend his docks over here. So if he goes like, say, 3 docks on this side, he can fast heroic, get his Leviathan out to defend here, potentially go for a really fast timing attack onto the Kronos as well. That could be another option here for Suppe's Set. Now, I'm excited to see what he's going to come up with. He's obviously a very creative player, so he might have something that he's got in store for Ulysses here, but we'll have to wait and see as the house is still coming up here. Suppe doesn't want to get housed again, as the priest over here is managing to steal quite a few of Ulysses's gazelle here. This is a big find. He does have his own gazelle back here as well that he's not going to need to, that he can just walk out there and eat, as the gazelle going to be wandering into the main base, finishing up the remainder of those cows for the time being here. And Suppe will be able to eat this gazelle, and he should be fine here. He's only got 7 villagers on food. Eat the gazelle, happy days. Temple comes up, should be able to advance after one more villager here. So after all is said and done, Suppe really only had about maybe 5-6 seconds of idle time there from that house, and he'll be able to get himself that 17 villager for 30 advance, as long as he garrisons these fishing ships in time. Ulysses, on the other hand here, he is looking for his own 430 advance, and he will be getting it, well, kind of for 348, 345 here, roughly, as Prometheus now coming through. Temple getting moved up to the top side over here, ready to start putting the pressure on to Suppe. And Suppe here is still not putting any docks up, is worrying me. I'm not sure what the plan is here, but we see a couple of villagers coming over onto wood. The Pharaoh coming up onto this location here as well. Vision is still in the bag here. I mean, this could just simply be a fast second town center from Suppe, sacking the water completely as an idea. That could be the option. It's probably not a crazy idea. Grab the town center in the middle. You will be giving all of the fishing economy over to your opponent. So I much prefer being aggressive here as Set against this kind of Kronos shenanigans. We'll have to wait and see. He's getting 1 monument. If he wants to be spamming animals out and eating those, it's obviously a good way to play Set. You need two monuments to really support any sort of gazelle spammage. I think you can afford, like, with 2 monuments, you can kind of afford to have 12 villages roughly eating Hunt before it starts getting eaten out before the next one comes out. So we'll see how it's going to go as the village is going to start moving forward. Ulysses does have his dock getting moved in as the Promethean moving through, and with only 1 dock being up here, how many times do I have to say per scene on this map is not worth it before people start learning? Per scene on this map is not worth it, ladies and gentlemen. The deconstruction coming down a little bit early there, but the Bareem coming out anyways. We'll see if the dock can come back up as the town center over here is coming through for Suppe very, very quickly here. But the Bareems are out. One thing Suppe can do, which other civilizations do not have access to, is he can utilize his fishing ship to dive onto this dock and build it up, and the Bareem will not be able to stop this. He will be able to kill off a couple of fishing ships, but should be able to get that dock back up if Suppe just right-clicks on the docks over here. As the town center is now up, barracks coming down. I mean, what's the plan here from Suppe? Barracks coming up. He's trying to get that dock back up. The fishing ship's going to be coming in now as the villager does get taken out. Dock getting closer and closer to finishing as more and more Bareem coming through onto this position, trying to take out the fishing ships. But those fishing ships, they get the dock up. I mean, it's very, very slow. But comparatively to not getting the dock up at all, it's very, very fast, right? So at the very least, we will be seeing Suppe with 1 dock up, and he will be attempting to out-spam Ulysses here, who's got 2 docks in the corner, spamming those ships out. We'll see how things are going to go. Now, one little trick you can do here, which, wait, I thought you could do this trick, but it looks like I'm not seeing it right. Let me actually see if I jump into the perspective of, say, Ulysses, if it shows something different. Looks like it doesn't show me anything here. I thought there was a trick here where if, never mind, there's obviously not a trick. Okay, onwards and upwards. Suppe's now got himself 2 town centers. He's getting himself a couple of units out. He's eating his hunt on the middle of the map here. Ulysses now getting himself per scene. Do we see hunting dogs through? Not just yet. Hunting dogs is so vital for Set, as we're seeing all those villagers currently on the hunt here. And Suppe's now got himself three cabinets out at this point. And he's also dodging everything on this location as well. Second town center coming up for Ulysses as well here as the oracles moving in. But with the towers up, it's too much really to handle here for Ulysses. As 3 cabinets, could he win this fight? There's 2 very low HP Bareems here, so it's only 5 Bareems. So as long as he sits underneath the dock, he should actually be completely fine, especially with all the damage that's coming out here. As now Suppe pops his cabinets out. Ulysses in quick retreat here. Will we see some more ships coming out of his docks is the big question. There's a lot of effort going into taking Suppe off this water, and he has done a lot of damage. As we now see Ulysses, he's getting himself his 3rd town center up, but I imagine Suppe could do a very similar thing here very, very shortly as well. That's the Bareem swinging around. A couple more cabinets coming out, but 4 cabinets underneath a dock here, more than enough to defend. You might get a couple more out and then be able to actually push back. So we see Ulysses is kind of given up on the water here. I wouldn't mind seeing Suppe actually popping his fishing ship out and rebuilding that dock. I get another dock down on this location as well. So now Suppe's, he's still building more units. He's defended this position nicely. There's a little bit of favor in the bank, but the problem here is Ulysses here. He's got himself the fishing ships. He's got himself the 3 town centers coming up. He's going to be booming up a storm here. That's Set. Man, Set is a god that kind of needs to be on the offensive. And Suppe's seemingly here is going to be on the defensive for the majority of this game, it seems, as he's trying to get up to the heroic age. Has his armory up. He'll just finish up with the gazelle over there. Cow sitting there doing its thing. And we'll see if Suppe can actually get himself another town center here as his cabinet's going to be pushing through, trying to take out Ulysses' Bareems here. And he should be able to make that happen as Ulysses pulling back ever so slightly at this point And I don't think, well, there's no effort here from Ulysses to get himself anything out on this location. And especially because Soup will be able to get himself that free Leviathan here. He should be able to take these docks out. We see him stopping cabinets. Going to be rebuilding his fishing ships here for the time being. Soup's actually in a pretty decent position. After all is said and done, I actually rate Soup's opening here over Ulysses. We'll have to wait and see how it's all going to go. As now the dock's coming back up onto this position. We do see that for some reason Soup is retreating back. He could easily just clean up these docks here. There's nothing in them for the time being. Would not go astray there either, as we now starting to see Ulysses pushing forward, looking to get a little bit of damage done. Now, there is a problem that Soup is going to have to overcome in the next kind of 1 or 2 minutes here in this game, which is second town center. He will have access to ancestors to get his gold mine. I say second town center, I mean second gold mine. All the gold is forward here. 1 gold here, 1 gold here. Soup's going to need a miracle here to get this up without utilizing his ancestors. So we'll see if that's something that he's going to be willing to do, or if he's going to try and sneak up the Migdol. You also have to remember that Ulysses' Kronos does still have 1 deconstruction remaining here in this game. Which is a really big deal. 1 deconstruction means Soup kind of needs to put up 2 Migdols to defend a gold mine. Otherwise, he's just going to get absolutely destroyed on those locations. As the units now coming through for Ulysses, streaming through. Surprised to see Ulysses not actually building more stuff at this point. Like, I would have assumed he would have had like a couple more military buildings up, but he still only has the 2 military buildings. So now we see Soup getting himself purse seen out, and a vision coming down somewhere here as the shifting sands coming in to take out the town center. This is a very aggressive play here from Soup. He will definitely be able to kill off that town center. There's no upgrades on it. The army is completely out of position here. Ancestors is getting dropped down immediately as the villagers will be able to take this out, but Soup at this point is out of gold. He's going to need to find himself another gold mine in this game. He's at 117 of 130 population. Town center goes down there. Ulysses in a very difficult position now. He's lost 1 citizen, 2 citizen, 3 citizen. There's about 66 gold left in that gold mine only, as the villager's going to move over here, try and grab the lumber camps. Watchtowers gets grabbed here for Ulysses as well. Another citizen falling as the military buildings here are looking to get targeted down. Villagers jumping onto this wood line here as the tower gets taken out. Random citizen does pop out here as well. Ulysses in a very, very big scramble as his army coming back. We see more units coming in for Ulysses. I mean, for Soup. He's got himself the Scorpion Man. He's got himself the Axeman. He's got himself everything here as this watchtower is starting to get taken down as well. As the Promethean coming back in, how many of these Pharaoh and heroes does he have? He's got a couple of them, plus Soup hero's got 40 favor. He should be making crocodiles at this moment. He's in the heroic age. He could get himself crocodiles. It'd be a huge help to defend this position here as the villagers coming forward to attack. It looks like Soup hasn't, or maybe isn't aware that that he can build animals of set here, as the villagers popping back out onto the gold over here. The Prometheans coming through to clean up all of the villagers on this location. Soup is now on the front here, pushing Citizen back over there. He's got this gold mine on this position, but all the villagers falling here for Soup does mean, after all is said and done here, Soup is in a difficult position still. He's going to be retreating away with the villagers. He still needs to get himself up that Migdol stronghold to defend this location. We see a marker coming up for Soup. Shadoof coming through as well for Soup, as the units here pushing forward for Soup to look for even more of these villagers, as there's 2 beautifully placed gold mines over here. Soup, on the other hand, his gold mines are not anywhere near as lucky, though his Ford Town Center does actually make this gold mine relatively lucky here as well. As unit's going to be retreating back here. Soup going to be eating up his giraffe in his main base. Still no Migdol stronghold down. Soup is now dropped down to 90 population. He's still making axemen, still making slingers at this point. He's trying to pick off even more of those citizen at this point. Ulysses, though, he's got plenty of citizen right now. Even if he loses both of these, still plenty of citizen remaining at this moment here. But Ulysses, I mean, his economy is powering ahead right now. 23 citizens, 7 fishing ship against 37 villagers. 38 villagers, 7 fishing ship. That's like, Soup is down 20 villagers here, basically, as we see a Migdol stronghold coming up. Town center attempting to come up on this position as well. Straight villager over here not really doing a whole lot as Suppe going to be attempting to retreat that one back home. And now the units of Ulysses making a push into the main base over here as well. We'll see if Suppe can hold on. Plenty of Promethean are out right now for Ulysses, as Suppe is desperately going to be needing a ton of priests here. Copper Mail coming through for Ulysses, as well as the villagers getting taken down on this position here. Migdol Stronghold going to go up, will immediately get deconstructed. I can almost guarantee that here in this game, as Suppe has got nothing really left in the tank. 56 population, 55 population here. Promethean going to town on these villagers, and there's the deconstruction as Suppe's villagers pop out of there. More villagers coming forward here to try and grab this gold mine, and in that moment, Suppe taps out. He goes for the Hail Mary villager rush, but in the end, there was no solid follow-up behind it. Suppe, he had this gold mine basically expired with 298 gold left. He didn't put a market down to potentially trade some wood, trade some food, to chuck a Migdol down, or grab this main town center. I feel like potentially here, had Suppe just got himself feral and made himself crocodiles, or maybe threw up a temple here to get himself some priests out, he probably can continue here. He probably can. He probably didn't need to use ancestors either on this at the initial start of this fight. He could have held on to an ancestor until Ulysses comes in with his army and then clicked it, and he would have had a lot more success here. But yeah, animals are set. Crocodile is set. He would have been so huge for the for holding this position and keeping his villagers alive and helping him survive in this game. But he simply just could not convert after taking the town center down, and Ulysses holds on somehow, some way in this game. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.